Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today we are going to do the Pong challenge. How do I decide what challenge I do? I don't even have a method. I just look what challenges exist usually. My tear rate is pretty slow. That's how long it takes to shoot between tears, but the tears are fairly powerful. They deal 100 damage, which is more than enough to destroy most things, really. We have to destroy the blue baby in this challenge. Most of the rooms appear to be looking identical, but that is probably a coincidence. And we're just gonna have to do our best with what we have here. The bouncing tiers are going to make it a little bit more viable to not die, but we do probably have to wait in between rooms from time to time to make sure that we have some way of attacking for the next room. And that's the challenge, really. You just have to survive that for as long as possible. Even though it looks like homing tears at times, it is not. Sometimes the tear is just kind. And that's what we're hoping for. No item rooms. Little Haunt is over there, which isn't ideal, but probably not the worst. But it is a little annoying. I believe the pink one you have to stand in front of to avoid the brimstone, but then he dies in one hit, so that's no longer a problem. Not sure if there's anything in particular I want to be going for build-wise. Probably getting that Dreamcatcher would be nice, but I'm getting the feeling that that's going to be fairly unlikely. On account that, I need some things for that to happen. I really just want a bomb. But unfortunately we didn't clear the room under a minute. Otherwise we could have guaranteed gotten a bomb from that, I think, but oh well. Yeah, the Dreamcatcher would be nice just because it heals you up between floors, like 1/2 soul heart per floor, effectively. And that would be nice. Getting 5 coins from that is pretty great, though, so I'm not too disappointed. But if I had an extra bomb, then I would be able to check out some secret room locations. Simultaneously, I think it can only be here. Yeah, so fair enough. Not too terrible. Haven't picked up that soul heart just yet, so I'm happy about that. It means I can be a little bit less careful here. Bomb's gonna take care of the rest there. 10 coins. 12 coins, so close. And a devil deal. I mean, I could take this, but it's not really worthwhile. But I would like to destroy these flames. Like, obviously having any other way of attacking is probably gonna be pretty good, if only for the fact that you don't have to wait as long. That's really the main thing. But Guppy's hairball is just not something I'm feeling overly confident with, so we're just not gonna do that. God, if I mean, I don't want to. I'm not gonna get increased angel room chance. Like, that's not gonna help me out in any means. But then the next one, I think, could be another chest as well, and it is a little tempting. But I think we might unfortunately have to give up on the dream there. Depending on how many hearts were actually here. It is a full red heart there. I definitely do kind of regret taking the, Ooh. There we go. Very good. I did kind of regret, taking the health up before playing with the sacrifice room a little bit more. But it ended up working out. There's 3 full hearts there now, so with that in mind, might as well just play with this for a little bit longer. 50% chance for a random chest. Don't really need coins, I suppose. I mean, is there anything else? Is there a red heart in here? No. I'll take that. Yeah, I think I'm tempted to just go for the soul heart. 3 coins for, effectively for free isn't that bad of a deal, I guess. You'll feel blessed. Random chest or teleportation. I've already been to the devil deal and it wasn't too exciting, so I think I'll just take this and call it a day. Overall, not the worst haul from a floor 1, I would say. It took a little bit more effort than I would have liked, but fair enough. I really should keep the sacrifice more, like the sacrifice room, more in mind on basement 1, because it is actually working out reasonably well. We're gonna fight that boss, so now we know that. We got another half heart there because of that dream catcher, so that's good. And most of the enemies died immediately there, so that is working out as well. I'm not sure if burning basement is going to be much of an issue. I'm hoping the answer to that is no. so far with rooms like these, I can appreciate it for what it is, I suppose. Definitely dealing with the enemies that are going to run towards me before dealing with anything else, because really just dealing with whatever threats come your way is probably priority number one. Now just the tier shooting fly. I'm not great at the timing for this, unfortunately, so I will occasionally try to attack and then nothing comes out, unfortunately, but overall this is pretty good. Let's just check out our shop. Jar of Flies is very tempting. I definitely don't have the money for that yet. There's 6 coins awaiting me in the room next to this one. Then I'll be at 10. There is a lucky coin in there as well, so it's pretty much a given that I want to go for that, I think. But I'm just gonna sit here and chill for a while. An explosive diarrhea pill would be really good, and I'm kind of tempted to see if it is that, because it would mean that I could bomb all over the place in that room. With a lot of effort, actually. I think that's probably more effort than it's gonna be worth. But probably theoretically possible. That's not the best bounce that I would have liked, unfortunately, but fair enough. And the rest of this is more or less just clear in itself, so that's good. Wait for my tier to come back. Hopefully that was long enough. That is a movable barrel, so they just decided to run through it, unfortunately. But that also means that they were next to an explosive barrel, so all in all, not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Come on, there you go. That's a good bounce. That's the kind of bounces we're looking for. That's not the... I'm just gonna walk around when I have the option. Might as well take it, I suppose. Plus we can enter this room as well. Haven't actually gone in this direction yet. Trying to line them up, but they're not too interested in that. At least so far my movement speed is not a problem, so that's good. Probably good to just hang out wherever my tier is as well, but that is obviously not the most reliable thing to do, as my tier just kind of goes all over the place. And not all enemies are actually actively charging towards me either, which doesn't help. That heart is scared of me. Thinking about where the secret room could be, and it could, I think, be here. And it could also be to the right of this room, depending if the boss room is not there. It is over there, so it's definitely not there then. That does limit the amount of places where my secret room could be, and I really would like that jar of flies, because, you know, that would do it. Because fly damage is based on your tier damage. And if my tier damage is 100, then the flies are just gonna be monsters, so I think that it probably is worth going for. If I could get flight in my devil deal, then this is a bit of a waste, but I kind of just want to have that jar available as quickly as possible so I can start getting flies in there. It will pretty much solve any problems I would have with any boss fight, really, and that's just so nice. That would be such a lovely thing. The secret room could be over here, and that concerns me a little. I'm just going to try this one. There we go. One poop with a fly next to it. Very good. Very nice. It's exactly what I was hoping for. We got a coin back for the very valuable bomb that we spent on that, but I guess that's fine. I'm already decided to walk past this. I'm actually just going to get rid of that barrel there, because it is proving to be more trouble than it's worth when I'm walking around. Simultaneously, I don't think I'm going to do much more on this floor, unless I get flight, I guess. And if I had flight, then that thing was not going to be a problem either. That was a good bounce. That's exactly the kind of bounce you want to see. I don't know if I really want any of these. I don't think I can get tier rate up, or damage up or down, really. And I'm concerned that that's going to mean that it's just going to be stat down on some of the other ones, and I don't want that. So let's just not do that. Probably should have at least tried to attack that one rather than focus on flames, but I kind of forgot where I was for a second there. They're tempting items, but not that interesting, I think. Usually I'd go for conjoin, but right now I think preserving health is probably more important. I'm just gonna do it. I feel like I'm not myself if I wouldn't take that. Yeah, that was a speed down, it was a luck up. It was basically just horrible. Yeah, definitely don't do that. It was definitely a terrible decision. I mean, it could have been a speed up and then it would be pretty good, but the odds I don't think were really in my favor. I got a health down from that as well, so really all things considered, it was just not a great idea. But you know, live and learn. Tempted to just use the jar flies once just to see how effective that is, because I do think it's very strong. It's going to create one fly that I can just create out of thin air whenever I want by using my active item. That's not that interesting. And if the flies deal that much damage that I think they're going to do, then it's pretty much a guaranteed win on anything that's even remotely tricky. At this stage, it's mostly just the rooms that are going to pose the real threat. If we can get spectral tears, actually, that would be wonderful. Because if my tears are just going to go through things, then I think that's just going to be the end of everyone, so that would be ideal. It's a little bit difficult to judge where the tear is going to go after shooting it right now, and that's really the only downside of this build. But we're making it through. Occasionally we get one of them good bounces, and it does feel good. There's a lot of red hearts in there, which does, again, make the sacrifice room a little tempting, but simultaneously I don't really want to spend the health on it right now. I have 2 bombs available. My secret room is not next to my curse room, but it is very possibly near this room. Yeah, I've just trapped myself. Very avoidable, I think, that one, but oh well. Yeah, it's almost certainly going to be over here, right? Yeah. Very good. Could destroy that one. Wouldn't give us Devil Deal chance, but could give us some useful consumables, which would be nice. We got a good bounce from an enemy that was off screen, so that's nice as well. Things are working out. No tinted rocks. Again. I seem to have lost all tinted rocks in this save file, unfortunately. It is a shame. Don't think car battery does anything for me. I'll load the shopkeeper for sure, but I think car battery isn't going to create twice as many flies, unfortunately. That would really be the main thing I would want to have that for, so not going to be that today. Let's just shoot a tear and hope. I hoped wrongly. My super secret room is probably to the left of this room, if I had to make a guess. If it's not here, no idea where it is, but I think this is right. It was not right. It was left. And with that, let's leave. I guess it could be in the bottom as well, but it seems fairly likely just because it was so close to the shop, but yeah, fair enough. Chub! Almost dead after 1 shot, so don't really need to use a jar of flies on this either. Really keeping some sort of anticipation going by seeing if the jar of flies is going to be worth it. That's a lot of red hearts. That's a lot of red hearts. Oh no. Should I do the sacrifice room? I probably should, right? Because then I could just go to the lamb. I don't know if you can win. No, I don't think you can go to the lamb actually in a challenge. If that's not where you're supposed to end the challenge, I think that's a thing. I've gone through that roller coaster before. This feels like such a waste of soul hearts, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Just gonna hang out here, take some damage. Oh, those are scared hearts. Are they all scared or just that one? Ah, good. Oh, that's a good trinket though. So that already pretty much made it worthwhile, I'd argue. Teleport to the thing. Yep. Miter, not terrible. Can't do anything with that angel statue right now, but fair enough. There's the soul heart. Let's just heal up before we do anything else, because I can sense danger in my very near future. Should actually enter my curse room as well, thinking about it. Can I reach this half a heart? Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna leave this floor with at least 1.5 soul hearts because of Dreamcatcher as well, so that's good. That's another teleport to the angel room. There really was a lot of ways to get into this angel room, so it's kind of nice that it didn't open, I guess. Alright, so there is a couple bombs in there. Let's see what we can get from that point on, though. I'd really like the good one. Oop. And there we go. That's a lot of coins, which... I mean, it kind of makes it tempting to buy the car battery just in case I find a different active item where it would be useful. With 45 coins as well, like I'm not really losing anything. I could probably just buy whatever's in the shop thinking about it, because there's really no reason not to. Well, maybe not the car bat or the broken stopwatch, but definitely this very expensive sack. I'll take the consumables, I guess. Don't need the heart because there is plenty of those in my boss room. Because for some reason 1,000 of them dropped when we killed Chubb, so that worked out. And there is the Eternal Heart as well. So all in all, pretty good, pretty good. Hopefully that Miter is going to give us bunches of soul hearts. Rag Mega is not a difficult boss with this build, so that's good. There's a lucky coin right there, which I'm not sure if it really affects my life in any way to have luck up, but... I mean... might as well. 4 luck could be good. Maybe we'll get some kind of... we could technically get like Holy Shot from an angel room. That's really the only thing I can think of right now. There's probably others. But I think ultimately it's probably not going to be that big of a thing. Surprised that mushroom survived a hit, but then they do have quite a lot of defense when they are in their lowered position there, so fair enough I suppose, but not what I expected. But yeah, because it was a fly as well, so it deals a little bit more damage than my regular tears, I do believe. There's half a soul heart again. Go fly into an enemy, please. This fly is not interested. Wow, really? Maybe the fly is just not that good. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned what that means for my jar of flies then, because I was kind of banking on that being really, really strong, and if it's not really, really strong, then I'm not really, really interested anymore. But we'll see, I guess. That's pretty good. Blow that up for the Devil Deal Angel Room. Also a soul heart, so that's pretty good. Might have been because of Miter, I guess. So not too terrible. If I mean, I'm fairly confident about where my secret room is, I guess. Let's just use this one. Oh, that is killing regular enemies. It does cost a couple hits, though, so I don't think it's quite my tier damage that it's using. It might just be like my base tier damage instead, because I think that might also be pretty damn strong right now. Against regular enemies at least, but it would explain why it does take a couple of flies for enemies to die. That's really unfortunate because I was hoping for that to just be, well, absurdly powerful really. But yeah, fair enough. You can't get them all. I mean, we do have extremely powerful tiers still, so I'm not too bothered about that. I also haven't picked up that soul heart yet in case I find flight somewhere, because I really don't have the bombs to spare throughout this run. For some reason, bombs have been fairly rare so far, so I'd rather not spend too many of those willy-nilly. That's not too terrible. Let's just get rid of some of these with flies then. Because this is, well, a little fiddly, as you can see. Kind of need to bounce them back and forth. Get a double hit with that. Like that, yeah. I can just keep that going, that would be wonderful. Don't have familiars right now. That is a familiar, though. And it's not a bad one either. But I might as well buy the soul heart since I'm there anyway. And does this work? Yeah, it does. Although he is quite close to me and the beam doesn't happen that frequently. So I think I'll just stick to the black flies instead. But it could be good. I think there could be some situations where that would be really powerful. This is not ideal. Never mind. They all died very quickly. I thought that was going to be a lot worse, but apparently it wasn't. Fly versus fly, and the fly wins. I haven't looked for my secret room yet, I don't think. That's a bounce. We'll make it through, but it's a bouncy one. Not the quickest challenge this either, with how much waiting is actually involved, but definitely not the most difficult challenge either, with how much damage your tier is dealing. I don't think I care for that much, especially with the amount of bombs that I've gotten so far. Rag Mega, as we predicted with our dream catcher. This is going... There we go. Some weird hits there, but I guess I wasn't really anticipating all the balls coming out the way they did. So fair enough. Old bandage is pretty good because you can get a bunch of health from that way. That is the flight that I was looking for. Means no more angel rooms, unfortunately, but it is also spectral tears, and I'm curious what that means for me. I actually really want a piercing tears, not spectral tears. I realize that now as I'm saying this out loud. But at least I can get all these coins now. There is a soul heart that I can get. I can more safely go into my curse room without taking too much damage. I'm tempted to use this pill. I've been tempted for a while now, but I'm worried that it's a speed down and it's just gonna ruin my life. But it is tempting, isn't it? What if it's telepills and it just takes me out of the curse room? We'll just give this beggar a couple hearts, I do think. Especially with that old bandage paying out as well. That was quick. 4 pills, X-Lax, shot speed up. Sure, I'll take 2 of those actually. Verp, I'll take 3 of those actually. And range up, not bad, not bad at all. Oh, I pressed well, I pressed this really, which I thought was a mod that I turned off, and apparently I still have it turned on, interestingly enough. But there is the encyclopedia mod where you can like check out what items do and stuff like that. And there's like little notes and things. It's an interesting mod. I just haven't played around with it that much, but genuinely I thought I turned it off. Because I had a situation where it was just making weird beeping sounds the entire time when I had it turned on, and I wasn't sure what it was doing. But yeah, it's a nice little mod to like look up stuff from time to time. It's effectively like a little reference guide that you can use. I'll put a link for it in the description as well, I guess. But it's not really one I'm actively using during runs, I guess, which is why I never really pointed it out. And also because I thought I had it turned off, which is the more important part, I guess. But it might have turned itself back on when it updated or something like that. Maybe that's the thing that mods do? I'm actually not 100% sure. But it does activate when you click in the left analog stick, which is not something I commonly do, I suppose, but that time I did it by accident. So there you go. I need to actually remember to put that in the description. That's gonna be one that's very easy to forget, but fair enough. Bloop. Onwards to the next floor. It's, that's not a terrible boss with a build like this, I think. I wouldn't mind having a little bit more movement speed, but that's really the only thing that's making me feel like I'm not gonna have a good time against that boss. Yeah, this isn't really doing that much for me. I was kinda hoping, yeah, piercing shot would be so nice with this, because if the shot just goes forward and doesn't stop until it hits a wall, then it's gonna be so much easier to aim, but I'm not sure what places I'd be able to get a piercing shot from, honestly. I'm actually gonna wait with that chest for a second, because I'm curious if my secret room is next to something good here. Come on. Ah, please. Yeah, occasionally you do get those bounces. Most of this build, most of this run is really just trying to avoid taking damage as much as possible. And the rest of it is just destroying things in one hit and then running around for a while again. Should have just let that blow up, that would have solved all of my problems instantly. But we did get 2 bombs for the price of 1, so that's not too terrible. Just gonna check out what's awaiting me in this direction. And if a secret room could theoretically spawn next to that curse room. Not that I really need to save the health at this stage, especially with that much stuff over here, but Mom's purse is tempting. And I mean, actually, Little Baggy is tempting, not Mom's purse, but that was just something I saw, and then I decided to say it out loud. But it's mostly because of the pill pool that I've seen so far. We do have range up here, which I might as well take. I feel like any range up is probably going to be okay. I'm just going to do it. Very rare that I actually take Little Baggy, because frequently pills can just be very hit or miss for sure, but I don't know, I feel like it's doing okay right now. Stay there? I was kind of hoping for my secret room to be there, and I feel like that bomb exploded close enough to that. But hard to tell for sure. This is a little bit of a tedious room with all those red flames on the side. This one just stops being a danger after you clear the room at least, but red flames can take you off guard so easily. There's a tinted rock there. I I mean, it's bombs. I'll come back for that if I take some damage, I think. It's nice to just have some health available. But I do want to come back for that, if only for the bombs that are waiting for me in there. Plus having a black heart is also just quite nice. This, I should have waited before entering this room, but I think if I do this... it stopped bouncing. Well, it bounced away on the second heart, but... if I can just stay in the middle here, then usually those masks aren't too troublesome. Could blow up a shopkeeper, I guess. I'm just gonna get rid of some of these with flies, I think. I think that might be the safer choice here. And then the rest, I can actually probably just hang out here with relative safety. Plus there is actually so much health left on this floor that I don't need to worry about stuff too much, I guess. But it can be kind of scary when there's suddenly so many enemies bouncing all over the place. Alright, what do we got? Alright, we already knew what we were gonna get. Because that's what the dream catcher does. I missed my attack, unfortunately. But that's not the worst thing. As long as he doesn't spawn spiders, I'm not really too bothered about anything he does, I guess. Like, the brimstone is fine. But I think the spiders are going to be my main worry here. I'm actually just going to... yeah, the flies are doing very little. Which is unfortunate. Should have taken it. Should have taken it earlier. Because now I got 2 matchboxes. I mean, it is a good way to get bombs, I guess, but I did not anticipate to get the same item 2 times in a row like this. Ah, well, that's a thing that can happen, unfortunately. Good luck for my secret room. I'm not really sure what I want to get out of it, but there's probably some decent items in there. But at this point, I'm feeling confident enough. This time we're going to worry about Mom's foot, which is fair enough, I guess, because we are on the depths too. This is a little bit of a concern, but nothing too worrying. Yeah. God, if you could get more tier 8 in this challenge, it would just be such a cakewalk with the amount of damage that this tier does. But I guess it would also kind of remove the name Pong, because the tiers are kind of bonging around like they would in Pong. Bonging around? That's definitely a description. Yeah, they're bonging around. That's what people say. That wouldn't be right, I suppose. Alright, well, let's try this one. I'm assuming this is gonna have the same issue as a jar of flies. But that doesn't stop me from trying it, which, might not help me out too much, but I'm curious to see. I only have 2 coins, but I could just use 1 to see if it works. And after that, it's just a matter of, destroying enemies. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It has the same problem. Very unfortunate, but I guess I can kind of understand, because it would very much trivialize the entire challenge. But, you know, fair enough. I do find that pay to win, pay to play, I forget what this thing is called, is probably a little bit better. I'll take Judas's Tongue because it makes Devil Deals a little bit more easy to take for sure. That's a bit bad. That's, it's all just beggars that I don't care about too much. It's all the ones that don't give me Devil Deal chance, which is the kind of beggar that I would like to see. Randomly shoot poison tears could be good, I guess. Could also just play with this for a minute, because if I could get the blood bag out of this, then I'd have a speed up, and that would be nice. And also, I'm just growing red hearts all over the place, and also the amount of money I've gotten out of this is pretty astronomical, honestly, and that is going to make my active item a bit better. And there we go, there's the blood bag. And that's exactly what I wanted, and now I have a speed up, so yeah. I'd argue that worked out. I have a lot more uses for my active item now. I could do stuff like that on occasion to get rid of scary things. And I'm not feeling too bad. Yeah, not feeling too bad. This is like stuff like that. It's just nice to get that out of the way, you know. Speed up pill. Luck down. That's a little annoying, but nothing too worrying. Shouldn't be using this too much at this stage, I guess, because this is still arguably the easy part of the game rather than stuff like the boom and onwards, where it does get a little bit trickier, but simultaneously this item does lose its effectiveness on the later floors as well. Also, I completely blanked on the fact that I can hold 2 trinkets, and I thought I was taking Judas's Tongue in, like, as a replacement for the fly, but yeah, clearly I didn't. So that's good. There's a decent chance there's a super secret room there. There's not, really. Wow, alright. Fair enough, I guess, but... it could be next to the shop. I don't want to go all the way over there, though. So let's just move onwards to Mom's Foot. Got a decent bounce in there. Got 2 hits, so that's good. Just gonna ignore everything here for a moment. Was kind of hoping to hit Mom's Foot there as well, but fair enough. Yeah, those are the bounces you'd like to see. Might as well not even try and bother with the side things, really. Let's just do that. One final hit to get rid of Mom's Foot, and onwards we go. The double deal didn't open up, unfortunately. Not a terribly difficult boss on this floor, so that's nice. We got the Polaroid, which, if I didn't have a significant amount of red hearts right now, then that would be kind of nice, I suppose. Decent bounce, and we got rid of one enemy with that active item there. I could use this, I guess. Don't know in any way that how that would help me, I guess, but you know, I could drop my active item on the floor repeatedly. There are characters that can make decent use out of that, and if you have something like the D6, then it's obviously potentially interesting because you can put several items in one room and then re-roll all of them. But as it stands, we don't have that luxury, unfortunately. Battery baby, occasionally stunning those enemies as well, which is wonderful. And we're just slowly moving downtown. Was definitely hoping for a secret room there. Stuff like that, I just don't want to deal with it. Definitely didn't notice it was a spike chest, but got a soul heart out of it, so it worked out. Could be a tinted rock here. I'm not looking too hard, if I'm being honest. There's a couple, like rocks like these, they kind of look like they have an X on it, but it's not real. They can really only be on rocks. It looks like the one I'm currently hovering over, and at least I think so. It sounds right, at least. I'm saying it with a lot of confidence, but occasionally I do say those things and I have to look back on whether or not that's actually true. But I think on this instance it actually is. There we go. So just, yeah, just trust me. Just take my word on it. It's probably not too inaccurate. Blow these up for the coins as well. Gotta love that fool's gold. Don't really need tinted rocks either if I'm just getting just an absurd amount of soul hearts all over the place thanks to that miter probably, so that's working out. It could be a super secret room over there. It could have been. Didn't have to be, but it could have been there. Bosses like these are also just a little bit safer when you can just spend 2 coins to get rid of all the danger in the room and get some of your money back at the same time. Again, there could be a super secret room there, this time for realsies. Although the other one was not immediately a lie, depending on the rest of the layout of this floor, I guess, but it was just not to be on that one. Don't particularly need to try and find more soul hearts with that. Could get some good trinkets, I guess, but I'm not really too interested. I think this is more or less going to resolve itself with a little bit of money thrown at it. There is perfection, which I don't think helps me. That didn't give me a stat up because certain stats can't be raised. So that's fun. We can get some more spectral tears. We could get Death's List. It has worked out in the past. Oh yeah, guess I might as well. Not sure how much use that's going to get, but yeah. With the amount of soul hearts that were left on that floor, I wasn't really too bothered with that decision at the end of the day. So let's just see if it works out. We got 16 keys, so we can very safely go in here. Definitely not going to even try with Death's List on that room. And I guess it is a little bit more tricky to use in this instance because of, well, rooms like this obviously don't help, but it can be very unlikely to actually kill enemies in the right order when your tiers work the way they do right now. But occasionally we are going to get those one enemy rooms or stuff like that, where it's a little bit less likely to fail. And that's just wonderful. And I'm hoping that is going to work out in the long run. And yeah, rooms like this. We did do a little thumbs up there so you know it works out. But so far throwing money at all my problems has also been a pretty effective way of dealing with the situation at hand. So please don't spawn any bombs. Thank you. I don't know what I was expecting. I've already had so many good pills, so it was fairly likely that that one was going to be a little rough. I'm just going to hang out over here. Again, throwing money at the problem. Instant resolution. Very good. That is a luck up. But more importantly, it is a soul heart, so I will just leave that until we've cleared out this boss room, I think. That might be good. Depending on... Well, there you go. It's a good thing I saved that soul heart over there. Let's just throw money at that again, because the eyes are really not great to work around. Trying to get some good angles here as well, but can be a little tricky. Ooh, taking a lot of damage here, though. There's some red health on the floor at least, but I don't fully remember the map, unfortunately. So I think I'm just gonna take this and then just move on, get the Yes Mother transformation. And if there was another soul heart on this floor, it's fine. At the end of the day, we're only missing one soul heart right now because of the dream catcher, so that's not too bad. There could be a tinted rock on the way, which could help us regenerate that health, and if not, let's just not take damage. Stuff like that. Love to see those stat ups that are not actually stat ups. I guess Death's List is not as good when certain stats can't be raised and it's continuously trying to raise them. Same for the consolation prize. I could get some money out of this room, I guess, if I just hang out here for a bit. Just let this little ghost destroy all the pots in the room. It's not terrible, that, actually. It is effectively an extra use for my active item. If I take damage, so... I guess I'll take that. Also, I guess Judas's tongue is probably not going to be as effective anymore, so I guess I'll take this. There's the soul heart randomly, probably thanks to the miter. So that is good. This is a little precarious for sure. Let's get rid of that one first. Unfortunately, no Death's List this time, as my tier bounced a little, unfortunately. Kind of entered this room a little bit quicker than I probably should have, but it's not the most dangerous room I've ever seen, I suppose. When I can just fly above things. Death's List basically impossible because the skeleton suddenly had the skull above him. So not even an option, because I don't think I can shoot through those shields, to my knowledge. This is a little annoying. Come on. Dice room. I could restart the floor. That's not really that interesting, though. I think that's really just detrimental, so I'm probably not going to bother with that. Amnesia, similarly. Not really that interested in Amnesia for some reason. It just doesn't seem like it's a very worthwhile investment for my current situation, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. Surprised that that bounced away from the enemy, but didn't matter in the end, I suppose, but it is a little bit annoying. Also, again, having those bouncing enemies get destroyed by the pay-to-win item is just very nice. Does make that room a lot more tolerable when your tiers are as slow as they are. Don't mind that one bit. This is gonna be unlikely, but not impossible. If I can somehow hit that red one. Yeah, okay. Like I said, unlikely, but not impossible, but yeah, still unlikely at the end of the day, so fair enough. There we go. Golden bomb could be good, I guess. Might be nice. Not even gonna bother. That is not a room layout where it seems worthwhile to even try. No super secret room there, unfortunately. I would like a quarter, please. It's like a 1 in 100 chance. I was feeling pretty lucky. Was feeling like today was the day, but you know what? Fair enough. Oh god, just clearing out half of the room by pressing one button is so good. It's so very, very nice, actually. Whoop. 3 hits, very good. Let's try it again. I am like moving forward, so my tier hopefully flies a little bit further as well. But then occasionally it does a weird bounce, but I think it still hit 3 times, interestingly enough. Okay. Just gonna destroy those with my active item every time he spawns those, because I'm not really in the mood to even try. I think that's not gonna work out in my favor at all. That was not a well-aimed shot by any stretch of the imagination. But occasionally you like to give Isaac a chance, I suppose. That was a better shot. It did a decent amount of damage there. Hopefully one more of those and we'll be done. There we go. Very nice. And a soul heart from Isaac himself. to not have to worry about life immediately afterwards. Blue baby awaiting us over here. Not even a Mega Satan door, interestingly enough. Stitches. Not really that interesting, I suppose, but especially with that being right there. Also not sure if Fruitcake is going to do anything, but I'm curious to see. We have 4 luck, so don't know if that even affects it really, but you know, it's there. Yeah, let's just not even bother. This seems like a very good room. Okay, yeah, it does activate. That's actually kind of nice. Hopefully we can get some good stuff out of that. That's not... I guess that doesn't really matter, does it? Because I don't think I'm going to get the damage down. But I will get a speed up. Yeah, I think that's just only a speed up because of how this challenge works. So definitely don't mind that. For once, it's actually a pretty good choice. Usually it's, do I want to take the 10% damage down? But now it's actually just fine. Verp. Don't know what my last pill was. Amnesia, right? Very good. I could use the D20 on that one pill, I suppose, but not sure if that's really worthwhile. Gotta watch out for that last shadow here. And that's about it, really. And the bounces took care of the rest. That's good. Oh, crap. Not that excited about that. Lodestone. That's interesting. Unfortunately, it didn't continuously deal damage to him there, but would have been nice if it did. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff here because I'm taking many hits of damage suddenly. And I was getting a little concerned about that. Oof. This is a rough one, actually, yeah. There is a lot of things you suddenly have to look out for when your tiers are like this. In this particular floor. So I'm going to take it a little slower because that was 4 hearts of damage in one room. And I would argue that that's probably not the best investment. Obviously, there is still a pretty decent amount of floor left. Hopefully that this character... Well, he's going to give us Lard if he gives us the health up at all, yeah. I mean, it's not terrible, but not quite what I'm looking for. I don't mind the not having the speed down thing. It's just a nice situation to be in. Should probably find some place to use that D20 though. Ooh, that was very close. Did manage to deal some extra damage there with the active item, but it got a little messy for sure. Even though I understand what Deathless is trying to tell me, and I'm surprised that we got a tier effect that opened up the secret room. I do like killing the blue one last for the good effects. The soul heart that you get from that. I definitely should have given him... Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. It was a key beggar. You should always give keys to the key beggar on this floor, especially when you already have a golden key as well. But you know what? That's fine. Wow, not even a chest. Unfortunate. Yeah, I should have just given him all my keys because that can give you so many extra items. But I was too allured by the possibility of something good from a D20 that wasn't paying close enough attention. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff because it is hurting my feelings. We at least were able to get rid of all of that with the active items, so that's good. This floor is nasty, by the way. This floor layout is horrendous. I don't know what that tier is doing, but it's doing its best is what it's doing. I can appreciate it. But floor layouts like this are never really great if you're trying to clear it quickly because you can genuinely just go all over the place. If you have mapping, then it's not too bad, obviously, because you can probably figure out where you have to go, but as it stands, this is just nasty. Bomb will probably take care of that, yeah. Oh, I do like the way that looks when you have that holy shot, though. It is very pretty. Could probably bomb this, right? Yeah, it does do a little bit of damage. I think their own bombs deal less damage to them. Oh, jeez. And then you have the problem where my tiers could suddenly move things around in an unfortunate way. Again, I could go in 2 different directions and both of them seem plausible. Ooh. Yeah, Fruitcake is fun. I do like it when Fruitcake just makes your build real weird because it can lead to some interesting situations. And that's exactly what's happening right now. That is very good. Gonna save some money here, even though I probably don't need to. And probably could have used a vertical shot here, but fortunately, little Plum there, saving the day. Let's see if we can find our super secret room. Let's not even try. I don't really want to walk around the entire floor, but I was kind of hoping that if it was like nearby, I would have been able to get it that way at least. Yeah, vertical shots are probably better because of... How did it take me that long to realize that vertical shots were probably going to be better? Because of the way the room is shaped. It is a rectangle. It took me the entire run to come to that conclusion. But fair enough, we got there in the end, I suppose. Oh jeez, oh boy. Simultaneously, there is some extra danger attached to trying to shoot vertically, I suppose. And that can be a little spooky as well. At least I can get rid of all of his ads by just using my active item as well, so that's really nice. Oh yes. It was a spore shot. Unfortunately, it didn't explode, but it would have been cool if it did for sure. We're nearly done here, though. Like I said, definitely not the most difficult challenge. I think we got some good items for it, for sure. Alright, yeah. That pay-to-play is actually just really nice. Whatever it's called, pay-to-win. Greed's Gullet. Really good item as the keeper specifically. Okay as other characters because it increases your total health. If you have, for every like 25 coins I think you have. So with the keeper you can increase your maximum health with it in a good way. So, figured I might as well unlock that before the next time we play as the keeper. Hopefully we can actually get it as the keeper, which is not guaranteed, of course, but if we do, that'd be nice. Either way, that is another challenge done. Another one ticked off. There is still plenty to go, but we are still making okay progress in this. And yeah, fair enough. Hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll do another run as a different character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.